Hey, aloha. How you guys doing? Do you want to see how a top Maui general contractor would design and build his own PV plus storage zombie apocalypse system for his own house? Well, I'm going to show you. Follow along. We're going to run through all the design parameters, his needs and wants, all the specs, and we got a really cool system. It's going to be a really cool case study, so follow along. Thank you. I'm Sean Lopez, and this is the Brewery Report. I sell solar panels and batteries for a living, and I surf big waves for fun. It all comes from the sun. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. Follow along as I help the world accelerate the adoption of renewable energy and sustainable living. Aloha. Hey, aloha. How you guys doing? Do you want to see how a top Maui general contractor would design and build his own PV plus storage zombie apocalypse system for his own house? Well, I'm going to show you. Follow along. We're going to run through all the design parameters, his needs and wants, all the specs, and we got a really cool system. It's going to be a really cool case study, so follow along. Thank you. Goal number one was maximum energy independence. At the time when I first started the conversation with him was about May of 2020, peak COVID. There was a lot of fire spreading across the world, a lot of uncertainty, and we just wanted to really buff up the home fortress. And how to best do that? Make sure you're making your own power and you have a lot of storage involved. Goal number two from the customer was he wanted to have a solid ROI. That translates into having a system that came at a really good value point. So I needed to have a really good value panel. We had to be able to design the system correctly. We had to use the energy wisely and at the right times. Goal number three, this was going to be a NEM plus system, and meaning that it's going to be an expansion to an existing NEM system. I'll run you through how we ran that, but he had a 10 kW existing system on the main house. There was a new barn and garage, and that's where we're going to put all the new panels. That's where the new batteries are going to sit. So we had to tie in these two buildings, the two new circuitry of the system. Goal number four, which was coming back to that, is we had to do a max fit on that new garage. So we had to make really good use of all the available roof real estate up there. That being said, we needed to use a really high efficiency panel. That pretty much left us only with SunPower. A couple different choices of SunPower panels to use from, but we settled on the SunPower 410s. They just fit really well and left a lot less unused space on the roof. When it came towards the power that we're looking to offset, it was going to be the AC. 2, there was a new pool coming in and spa. They wanted to heat the pool, wanted to have the spa on at 100 degrees on demand when they needed it. So those are the two main heavy lifting energy loads of the house. The added value that we're actually looking for as well was there is an attic office space in the new office / garage barn. And it was pretty hot, so we were looking to add a little extra insulation to the roof so we can capture all that heat energy and actually turn it into electricity. So we put all those panels down. There was a noticeable change in temperature in the attic space. So goal number 6, looking for a clean and low visibility install. This was a really high-end custom home, so the installation had to match the aesthetics of the overall. When we first start with the project, we always run the Aurora 3D model. Make sure the panels can fit. Take a peek at this. Here's the estimates. We came up with 38,500 kilowatt hours. We were able to fit 72 SunPower 410 watt panels on that roof. Actually, so we ended up doing a max fit of all the roof space. If you can see, there's actually 8 different roof planes. We used the north, south, east, and west roof planes. The advantage of this is we definitely need to use all available roof space with the high efficiency panels. But with having storage, when you use all those roof planes around the compass, you actually get a nice balanced production bell curve. It ends up, instead of having a nice big peak in the middle of the day if you're using just the south roofs, by using all the other roofs, especially the east and west roofs, you're getting the nice morning production, and then you're also getting the nice afternoon production. The hardware is 72 SunPower 410 watt panels. Ends up being about a 30 kW system. Here's the spec sheet. We actually use the white backing for 2 11.4 solar edge inverters, optimizers on the back of each panel, allowed each panel to act independently of each other in case something goes down, shading, bird poop, all that good fun stuff. On the storage side, there's going to be 6 Tesla Powerwalls. Each Powerwall is 13.5 kilowatt hours of storage, so it ends up being about 81 kilowatt hours of storage during peak production. We're able to fit everything under one backup loads panel. That's where we tied everything in, and everything came back downstream from there. There was disconnects as well, an additional disconnect on the pedestal where the meter sat out by the road. So how did it perform? All right, well, let's first take a look at the Solar Edge app. Here's the production numbers to the Solar Edge app. Well, not a lot of import from the grid. Now let's look at the Tesla monitoring system and see how the batteries were performing. Let's look at the Tesla monitoring. We can look at it through the Tesla app. We also can look at it through my admin side of things on the back end. One added value we're being able to bring into the system is he's going to be able to enroll in the Swell Energy program. This is a third-party platform that allows you to do a virtual power plant and actually sell power back to the grid in the event that the grid needs power pulled from the battery. I'll do a deep dive into this in another video, but you can find the links down below explaining it on our website and in the blog. So bring it home. This is a zombie apocalypse system. This system will back the entire home up, pool, spa, AC, if the grid goes down. The party's going to keep going. The ice is going to stay cold. The beer is going to stay cold during the hurricane party. So have really good grid resilience. They know that the home will be powered on if the grid goes down. In the event that something bad happens, and here on the islands, especially here on Maui, the grid does go down about once a year significantly, whether it's hurricane or fire. We actually had an earthquake that took everything out about 10 years ago. But at least once a year, there's one solid grid failure, and then there's lots of little brownouts during the months that actually just goes out for a couple hours, if that, under an hour. No bill in grid operation, and when the grid goes down, is slightly overbuilt, but that was kind of the goal from the system from the beginning. He knows how much power he has. He knows there's a surplus of power. It's time to crank the AC up, get the house nice and cool on those really hot days. If there is a surplus power, actually crank up the spa, really get it nice and hot after you're able to deliver on time, on budget, just as the design parameters wanted and asked for. So biggest takeaway, if you have the budget, you have the roof space, you have the needs and wants to build a system like this, it can be done. You can go off grid with Tesla Powerwalls. If you have an example how the NEM Plus system integrates in with the NEM system, hit like, hit subscribe if you like this. Head over to my blog. There's a bunch of other good content over there, some good long reads, some good stories. If you contact me, if you guys are looking for help and doing your own solar systems, love to help you out. Shoot me an email. Always down to talk solar with anybody. So, aloha.